Koji Kagami likes to present himself as a capable adventurer, but in reality, he belongs to the villager class, a group of people typically capped at a meager level 10. Even though society dictated that Kagami was destined for a disappointing future, he somehow beat the odds and raised his level to an impossible 999. No one else in the entire world has ever been able to reach such heights. In this world, people are born with a specific purpose which rigidly dictates the rest of their lives. But Kagami has been an exception to these strict rules. Now, he spends most of his time fighting monsters and gathering as much money as he can. On one such day, Kagami hears the cries of a father and son about to be attacked by a green slime. Since these people are level 1 villagers, even a simple slime is a lethal threat to them. Thankfully, Kagami is nearby to save them from a grim fate. He kills the slime with a single strike and assures the villagers they are safe. Kagami then hands the little boy the coins left behind by the slime. In this world, killing monsters drops currency, and Kagami begins to leave his good deed behind. But the little boy is curious to know how he managed to destroy the slime so effortlessly. Kagami simply turns back and reveals his insane stat level. The father and son are overwhelmed with shock, believing that Kagami must be some sort of a legendary hero. But that is not the case at all. Kagami is just a regular person living in the island nation of Hexaldria, a land that was forced to adapt after being overrun by dangerous monsters. Levels and titles became the absolute standard for survival and social standing. A person could be born as a warrior, priest, hunter, or sorcerer if they are lucky enough to receive a title. Some special individuals even get to be sages or heroes, holding the highest authority in the land. But the vast majority of people end up powerless with no special talents. These people are forced to be simple farmers or innkeepers in a dangerous world, which is basically a life sentence of hardship. Ignoring this grim reality, Kagami casually walks into the Public Safety Guild and receives 5 gold coins for his recent monster hunting. This massive amount of gold is highly unusual, and the entire guild erupts with rumors of Kagami single-handedly taking down lethal threats. In reality, Kagami is just working towards buying himself a special reward, and he still has a long way to go. He heads over to the commission board to search for more well-paying work. Many guild members are frustrated by the increasing difficulty of the monsters, complaining that the island is becoming far too dangerous to handle. Tuning out their concerns, Kagami notices a high-level commission. He can receive 1 gold coin for hunting down 30 blue devils, a monster known to be extremely lethal. Despite everyone else voicing their fears over the dangers of such a job, Kagami feels excited at the prospect of spending his afternoon making good money. After accepting the commission, Kagami heads towards the location of the Blue Devils, only to get distracted by a large crowd gathered in the middle of the city square. Rex, the local hero, is addressing the crowd because he finds it unfair that the capital keeps issuing fetch quests instead of dealing with the root cause of the monster issue. Rex believes the monsters are being riled up by the demons and the Demon King's evil aura. Because of this, Rex wants to recruit an elite team to help him fight the Demon King himself and bring an end to the devastation. The crowd wholeheartedly agrees with Rex, especially since he is accompanied by a beautiful sage. Many seasoned fighters volunteer, with one veteran even showing off his impressive level 86 to persuade Rex to let him join. However, Rex is strictly looking for people who can match his own level 90. The crowd gets frustrated and points out that the sage beside him is only level 42, which hardly seems fair. Rex quickly defends his choice, explaining that his companion is not just an ordinary sage. She is Kanuzuki, the 3rd daughter of King Simon. Because she is of noble blood, Rex claims she is guaranteed to increase her level in a short amount of time. More people from the crowd continue to volunteer, but Rex keeps rejecting them for arbitrary reasons. One priest is deemed too old, while a level 72 priest is rejected for not looking like the fighting type. Rex keeps making up strict rules until a nervous 16-year-old girl claiming to be a level 50 priest steps up. Despite looking weaker and more terrified than the veterans, she gets accepted immediately. Kagami realizes that Rex is just trying to surround himself with young women rather than finding actually competent warriors. Tired of watching Rex's blatant agenda, Kagami leaves for the cave. Kagami casually enters the dangerous cave with no worries, hopping to run into his first blue devil. As luck would have it, a level 93 blue devil happens to be passing by, and Kagami completely knocks it out with just a single punch. What follows is an absolute bloodbath as Kagami effortlessly defeats Blue Devils left and right. All of them drop a good amount of silver coins, and some even drop rare items like the Blue Devil's horn, which stores demonic mana. The horn doesn't seem particularly useful to him, so Kagami plans to sell it off as soon as he finishes the commission. Halfway through his task, he moves deeper into the cave, only to unexpectedly run into Rex and his newly formed party. Kagami was not expecting to see anyone else here, considering the cave is known as a death trap, so he decides to take a different path to avoid unnecessary drama. So far, Rex has been dealing with the monsters while his party members provide support. The team, now consisting of the mage Parna and the nervous priest Tina, feels awkward working alongside nobility. They treat the Princess Kanozuki with the utmost respect, but she asks them to simply call her Curl to ease the tension. Even though the girls have only known each other for a short time, they are eager to work together. Parna then asks Rex why they are in a dark, damp cave when the castle of the Demon King is in the complete opposite direction. Rex explains that somewhere in this mysterious cave is a hidden chamber where the royal family has kept a secret weapon. The cave has carefully hidden royal crests carved into the walls, leading straight to a chamber where a legendary sacred sword is lying in wait for a level 90 hero. This sword has the power to defeat the Demon King himself. Parna finds it strange that the royal family kept the sword a secret when it could have been used to save the world a long time ago. Rex explains that the royal family wanted to wait for a hero to marry into their noble line so they could keep the sword's glory within the family. The only reason Rex knows about this is because the king wanted to ensure his daughter's safety and deemed Rex a hero worthy of protecting Curl. While Parna and Tina find this fascinating, they are unaware that a small demon girl is also running around the cave, and she might be after the exact same sword. Meanwhile, Kagami has been single-handedly wiping out the Blue Devils. With each kill, he receives a massive amount of silver coins, making the dull fights worth his time. Suddenly, Kagami spots the little demon girl going deeper into the cave, and he tells her to stop since there are lethal monsters ahead. But due to her demonic aura, the Blue Devils don't even look in her direction. Intrigued by this mysterious girl, Kagami makes quick work of the remaining monsters and decides to follow her before she gets herself killed. In a different part of the cave, Rex is having a hard time fighting the swarms of Blue Devils. He did not expect their numbers to be so high, and the situation is becoming desperate. Tina lends some aid to Curl and Rex, healing them before the next wave, but her mana is almost depleted, and Curl can barely stand. Thankfully, the hidden chamber is just up ahead. All Rex needs to do is grab the sacred sword and head straight for the Demon King. Grabbing the sword should have been the easy part, but Rex and the others fly into a fit of rage when they open the door and see the little demon girl standing in the hidden chamber. With the legendary sword completely missing, Rex immediately blames the demon girl for stealing the weapon and using her dark mana to turn the cave into a death trap. Without even listening to the girl's explanation, Rex and his party charge up their magic and decide to obliterate her entirely. They show absolutely no mercy, and the terrified girl simply closes her eyes and accepts her fate. But as the smoke and debris clear away, Rex is shocked to find Kagami standing there, effortlessly defending the girl. He can't believe that some random, weak villager just blocked a joint ultimate attack from a powerful sage and hero without taking a scratch. Rex demands an explanation and forces Kagami to explain his presence in the cave. The furious hero refuses to believe a villager is strong enough to make it into the hidden chamber, and he demands to know why Kagami bothered to defend someone from the demon race. Annoyed by all the shouting, Kagami decides to show his stat screen to Rex so the hero can see the word villager clearly written there. Confused, Rex demands to know why he protected a thief who likely riled up all the monsters in the cave. Kagami decides to lie through his teeth, telling Rex that the girl is actually his little sister and not a demon at all. When Rex points out the horns emerging from her head, Kagami simply claims she is wearing a hair accessory made out of the horns dropped by the Blue Devils. Kagami really wants to ease the tension and go home, so he insists that they are just here to complete a standard guild quest. He even pulls out his commission sheet as proof. But the arrogant hero is still not satisfied because none of this explains the disappearance of the sacred sword. Kagami thinks hard for a second and then remembers that he actually took the sword a long time ago. He He casually admits that he found the weapon and sold it off to a merchant for a great price. At this point, Rex feels like he's losing his mind. Not only did this weird guy pull out the legendary sword, but he sold it off without a second thought. Rex yells that the sword was blessed by powerful sages and was the only weapon capable of killing the Demon King. Only a true hero should have been able to lift it. Seeing that Rex is not going to believe him anytime soon, Kagami decides to flex his true power by lifting the entire massive stone platform where the sword was once kept. Kagami then goes the extra mile and shows Rex's impossibly high level of 999. Rex demands to know how a mere villager managed to increase his level to such an insane extent. But Kagami's casual response only makes Rex angrier. He simply killed monsters every day. Rex refuses to believe it, as he has killed plenty of monsters himself. Before he can argue further, Curl demands Kagami join their party as compensation for selling off the royal family's property. The princess wants him to fulfill his duty and help Rex defeat the Demon King. But Kagami is not interested in fame or glory. He actually doesn't care if people live or die because of the demons, unlike Rex and the others who constantly force their self-righteous ideals on everyone else. Kagami genuinely wants to live a peaceful life despite having the power to end all monsters. His attitude insults Rex, who wants to know what purpose Kagami's life serves if he refuses to use his immense powers for the greater good of humanity. But the explanation is simple. Kagami doesn't view the demon race as the inherent bad guys, and he has zero interest in being a hero. Curl even offers to marry Kagami out of desperation, hoping the prospect of marrying a princess will motivate him to help them. But Kagami just wants to head back home, growing completely tired of them forcing him into a role he does not believe in. He tells his fake sister to come with him, and they leave the cave together. The outside world has already grown dark, and Kagami just wants to head back to the city and put this painfully long day behind him. But then, the little demon girl forces Kagami to stay back, revealing that she has been waiting for someone exactly like him. Kagami turns around, only to be left completely confused when the demon girl suddenly asks to marry him. Surprised and annoyed by the sudden proposal, Kagami bluntly rejects her, telling her to wait another 1,000,000 years. But Alice explains there is a pressing political issue she must take care of, and she needs to marry him to solve it. Her name is Alice Velio, and unlike other demons, she genuinely wishes to live peacefully with humans. However, her father happens to be the Demon King himself, and he has fallen gravely ill. Alice traveled to the cave to secure the sacred sword to stop anyone from assassinating her father while he is weak. Getting rid of the Demon King won't magically solve the monster issue anyway. Kagami reveals he has actually met the Demon King once before, but he is still not interested in getting involved in demon politics. Kagami believes that the human race will hate demons no matter what. Even though demons don't directly harm humans, the mana stored in their horns is what causes feral monsters to fester and attack human settlements. Kagami tells Alice that there isn't much difference between humans and demons, but just by possessing those monster-producing horns, Alice is trying to accomplish a goal of peace that is completely beyond her control. Hearing all of this harsh truth still does not deter Alice from making her case. But it ultimately feels futile. Kagami apologizes to the little girl for not being of much use to her, and he decides to part ways. But Alice is stubborn, and instead of leaving Kagami alone, she quietly follows him all the way through the forest. Meanwhile, back in the cave, Tina, Curl, and Parna can't believe the audacity of such a lowly villager. Their egos are deeply bruised because someone who was supposed to be lesser than them easily bested them and made them look like fools. However, Rex is not only angry but deeply concerned. Before Kagami left the cave, he turned to Rex and told the hero that he has no idea how the world really works. These words struck at Rex's core, and now he wants to know exactly what Kagami meant. He realizes there are certain rules and truths in this world that he has not discovered yet. Even though Rex has been left with several burning questions after his humiliating encounter, he is eager to learn the truth and become as strong as humanly possible. He hopes to one day reach Kagami's level and confront him again as an equal. Back in the forest, Kagami has reached the city walls, but Alice is still following him. She cannot enter the city since her demonic presence could cause a panic, so she asks Kagami for one final favor. She wants him to buy her a medicine called Spirit's Blessing Potion, pulling out her entire savings to cover it. But once again, Kagami crushes her spirit by revealing that the rare potion actually costs 10 gold coins. He tells Alice to just go back home since she clearly can't afford it. But the little demon nervously begs Kagami to lend her the money instead. She is desperate to cure her father because she believes that if the Demon King dies, the humans will use the opportunity to wipe out the rest of the demon race. Kagami knows that whether the Demon King lives or dies, it won't change how humans view demons, and a war is likely inevitable. Kagami asks Alice if she hates human beings because of this, but she doesn't. Alice believes that hating humans would only make things worse, and she remains determined to bring demons and humans together to survive the feral monsters. Moved by her resolve, Kagami has a change of heart. He pulls out a white cloth and ties it around Alice's demon horns. Curious, Alice is surprised to learn that Kagami intends to take her into the city, and the cloth will actually suppress her demon mana so she can pass as a human. Alice can feel the immediate change and excitedly asks how it works. Kagami explains that the cloth was made from a special crystal that normally stores mana and spawns monsters, but when woven into fabric, it has powerful mana-suppressing qualities. Alice wonders how Kagami got his hands on such rare material, but he dodges the question entirely. With her identity hidden, Kagami and Alice head into the free city of Valmon. The lively and warm atmosphere of the city is exactly what Alice wanted to see. She marvels at the food stalls and the bustling humans around her. A fruit seller notices Alice looking like a new visitor and kindly gives her a delicious apple for free. Touched by the kindness of the human vendor, Alice happily enjoys the fruit. The city is filled with produce, and since this is Alice's first time in a human settlement, she wants to know how the economy works. She learns that 10,000 bronze coins equal 1 silver, and 10,000 silver equal 1 gold coin. In this world, 1 gold coin can buy a small house, making the 10 gold coin potion an absolute treasure. Alice feels guilty making Kagami spend so much money on her, but he fully intends on asking the Demon King for a hefty reward and profit once he returns her safely. Later on, Kagami drops Alice off in a comfortable tavern room since their journey ahead will be dangerous. He plans on finding a bodyguard to protect Alice while he is busy fighting. He warns Alice not to open the door for anyone until he returns. Meanwhile, a flock of large, ominous birds is making its way toward the city, carrying a dangerous demon eager to attack the humans. Back in the room, Alice's thoughts race, and she begins to doubt her naive belief that humans and demons can ever truly work together. She snaps out of it when Kagami announces himself at the door. Alice happily opens it, only to find a terrifying, massively muscular man standing in the doorway. Scared that she has been duped and is about to be killed, Alice passes out from fear. After regaining her senses, she learns that this strange powerhouse is actually a monk named Takako, and Kagami has known her for a long time. At level 124, Takako looks like a scary wrestler, but is actually a humble protector. Takako promises to guard Alice, even knowing she is a demon. Takako admits she once thought demons were sinful creatures, until a demon saved her life on a deserted road. Now, Takako spends her time running a local bar, which Kagami used to frequent. Angry that Kagami abandoned her bar for his adventuring, Takako punches him hard in the gut. Seeing the mighty Kagami cower in pain makes Alice frantically apologize for passing out earlier. Takako laughs it off and kindly offers to take Alice to the hot springs to relax. Alice gets suspicious, thinking she can't go to a hot spring with a man. But Kagami explains that despite her manly, imposing looks, Takako is actually a woman, just incredibly buff. Annoyed by his blunt explanation, Takako hits him again. At the hot springs, Alice takes the opportunity to ask how Takako can exert so much dominance over the all-powerful Kagami. Takako explains that monks are a special class with 3 times the physical strength of a villager at the same level. So her physical power isn't that far off from his, but she admits that even if she tried, she could never beat Kagami in a real fight. Back at the tavern, Kagami stares into space, dissociating as he remembers his brutal childhood. Left entirely alone in the world, Kagami had to fight vicious, high-level monsters constantly just to survive his youth. This traumatizing past is exactly why he was able to reach his impossible level, as leveling up is tied directly to the strength of the defeated monsters. Takako shares this tragic story with Alice, making the young demon worry. What if some other insane person kills high-level monsters, gains Kagami's power, and easily slays her father? But Takako assures Alice that no one will ever rival Kagami, because Kagami is lacking something precious to every other living being. Before Alice can understand these ominous words, chaos erupts outside. A monstrous pig falls directly from the sky, crashing into the city. Soon, it starts raining feral pigs as panicked citizens run for their lives. One pig crashes right into Kagami's room, alerting him to the invasion. The city is being attacked by Menno, a demon riding a flock of ravens, who declares war and vows to make humanity serve the Demon King. Alice is devastated that a demon would do something so barbaric. Meanwhile, Kagami immediately starts flinging the falling pigs back up into the air to take out the enemy birds, making sure to collect all the dropped silver coins amidst the destruction, unwilling to let go of his money. As the situation grows dire, Rex and his party arrive in the city. Rex immediately rallies the adventurers to fight back against the demon race. Trying to be a hero, Rex sends a blast of lightning into the sky, obliterating one of the ravens. He gears up for another magical attack, but Kagami suddenly sends a pig flying directly into his target instead. The hero's party is annoyed by Kagami's intrusion, and Curl is furious that he seems to just be showing off. However, Kagami explains his methods. Killing massive monsters directly above a populated city is incredibly dangerous, as their falling bodies will crush civilians. Plus, the unpredictable weapons and magic used by the adventurers are making the situation worse. Kagami lightly bonks Curl on the head to teach her a lesson, which only insults the princess further. Soon, Takako and Alice arrive, and Alice recognizes the attacking demon as Menno, someone who worked closely with her father. Curl insists this is the perfect time to show human strength, but Kagami disagrees, refusing to reveal their tactics up front. Instead, Kagami uses Takako for a massive mid-air boost, launching himself straight toward the attacking demon to find out exactly why he launched this surprise attack.